Hey, what's going on, everybody? Zachary Hall here, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. Back in the saddle again. This is becoming a regular thing for me and you guys. I have good news and I have bad news. I'll probably talk about the good news first with you guys, just to kind of go over what we have evolving at this current time. I'm waiting for my Facebook stuff to load up. I know people are probably going to be joining here pretty soon. So, severe weather is anticipated tonight, mainly in Oklahoma and Texas. That's exactly what's happened. Grimmeth, I am full-time. This is a full-time job. I don't know how you could do it as just a hobby and not go crazy. I do want to preface everything that I'm about to say. We do have severe thunderstorm watches up for Miller and Lafayette County. So for those of you who aren't familiar, that's Texarkana, Stamps. They're in far southwest Arkansas, these two counties. So if that's anything of note to make you feel a little bit better about tonight, just saying, we only have two counties under severe thunderstorm watch, and it's those two counties, Texarkana, Miller County, and Lafayette County. And that is due to this strong complex of storms here, just to the west. And that's moving east-southeast. Now, as we have went through the day, is my Facebook up, or what's the deal here? As we have went through the day, it does seem like the data has trended away from widespread storms across a large chunk of the state. So I feel like that's a good thing. So, I mean, obviously we have some storms here west of Fort Smith in eastern Oklahoma, south of Tulsa. We've got some activity here in North Arkansas by Mountain Home, some activity in southern Missouri we'll keep an eye on. But the concern tonight is this larger complex here. I talked about it in my update a few moments ago on Facebook. Well, it was about an hour ago on Facebook. And like I said, this is moving east-southeast. So really, southwest Arkansas, I feel like is the area to watch tonight. If you don't live in that area, the odds of you observing severe weather seems pretty low. It's not zero. You know, we could fill in up here and maybe a little bit up here. But right now, I'm starting to wonder if we're going to have much at all, which is, to be honest with you, a great evolution on how tonight has went. We can cue up the radar here out of Dallas, and you can see this is, I mean, a widespread, nasty complex of storms, folks. And it just looks like the northern edge might skirt southwest Arkansas here. And most of us not getting to the nasty stuff. I do think it's possible that this kind of fills in some across South Arkansas. We might have some additional development overnight and into Monday morning across central, southern, southeastern, eastern Arkansas. But model clarity hasn't been the greatest. So the timing has been a little off. It's been a tough forecast all day. And add in only having a few hours of sleep the last few days, and I think that's probably just hurt me in general. So I just wanted to kind of hop on it and provide a little bit of clarity for the evening. I know a lot of people are on edge. We've had tornadoes lately. We've had nasty storms. I think a large majority of the state will be just fine tonight. Minimal issue. That doesn't mean that you won't observe rain or maybe some thunderstorms. I'm just saying that I think the worst of this is occurring in Oklahoma and Texas, which was expected. And, you know, we might have some pretty nasty stuff down in far southwest Arkansas near Texarkana, Miller County. Zooming in here, you can kind of see for our folks in Miller County, Little River County, maybe severe Lafayette County, Hempstead County, Columbia County. This stuff to the west is nasty, folks. And if it does move in to this area, you know, this area we're talking about here, this activity is moving east-southeast, it's going to be close. The concern is for hail, some strong winds. So that's kind of what we're working with here. I can answer a few questions in the chat. Stephanie says, Van Buren was warned by emergency management. Are we in the path at all? Not right now. you're not in the path of the worst storms, that's for sure. I did see what they posted about. Nothing wrong with being prepared for this evening, but I think the worst of it is well southwest of Van Buren, south of Van Buren, Fort Smith. Jonathan's asking about Hot Spring County. I think the worst of this is way southwest of you. This is down near Texarkana, that area. That's really the concern tonight. Our severe thunderstorm watch counties are down there. I can show you there is some thunderstorm activity up in North Arkansas and in southern Missouri. We have some thunderstorms passing through Baxter County now near Mountain Home. Those are not severe. And then we also have some storms that have formed to the west of Fort Smith, near Old Mulgee and Henrietta. And this is also moving east, but that doesn't look like a huge issue right now. The concern for tonight is in southwest Arkansas, Miller County, Lafayette County, Little River County, kind of that part of our state. We've got a really nasty complex of storms in eastern Texas right now that's drifting slowly off to the east. And you can see when I put the radar into motion where this is headed. And it could impact some of our southwest Arkansas counties. Betty, I do think that there is some potential that there could be some strong storms in Union County, but I do think that these storms will eventually go through a weakening process before reaching you there. Same thing in Camden, Faith. I do think it's possible that these storms could move towards Camden, but it might be close. It might be on the northern edge. So if you don't live in southwest Arkansas, I think your concern for severe weather tonight is extremely low, which is great. So if you're watching this and you don't live in southwest Arkansas, near Texarkana, DeQueen, Hope, Magnolia, you probably don't have a whole lot to worry about tonight. Mina's kind of on that north edge. Michaela, it looks like you might have some rain out of this, but the worst of it is well south near the Red River. Logan County is far removed from the severe weather concern, I think, this evening. Paris, Texas, certainly. It's nasty in Paris, Texas right now. These are some strong storms. Heavener, Oklahoma, this is well south of Heavener. Percy and Hot Springs, I think there is some potential for some rain and storms tonight, but the worst of it seems to be to the southwest. Michael's asking about the Little River County, Ashtown area. Yeah, so Little River County here in southwest Arkansas near Ashtown, you've got quite a bit of activity off to your west. And this is moving to the southeast towards you now, so the northern edge might scrape you there in Little River County, Hempstead County, maybe even severe in Howard County. Dana, if you're in Hope there in Hempstead County, you do have storms off to your west as well. You can see Hope on the map. This is moving to the east-southeast, so it could get noisy there in just a little bit. I do want to do a quick reset, though, and kind of let everybody know, looking at the state from a very broad view from the top, folks, it's clear and evident where the problems are tonight. They're down here. So unless you live in southwest Arkansas, really kind of in this area, I feel like your odds of significant severe weather are very low tonight. That doesn't mean that you won't observe rain and thunderstorms tonight, maybe some thunder while you're sleeping. It's Sunday, June 8th at 10:51, so it's almost 11 o'clock now. These storms are going to be in southwest Arkansas within the next hour or two at the latest. So this is going to drift into South Arkansas overnight and move into northern Louisiana. Of course, it's moving east-southeast. So there's thunderstorms in Mulberry. Olivia, I was just looking at the Fort Smith radar. I didn't see a whole lot. There might be a little something I just didn't see. No, I don't see anything. For now, I don't, unless it's something that just now developed. Donna, Miller County, so Texarkana is under a severe thunderstorm watch. Miller County and Lafayette County are both under a watch. So obviously Miller County's here, Lafayette County is there. We've got some really strong storms just here west now moving in soon. Lots of lightning, heavy rainfall, perhaps some hail at times. These storms have caused problems tonight to the west in Texas and southern Oklahoma. And unfortunately, they could be kind of noisy when they move in here too. So that's kind of what we're dealing. That's kind of what we're dealing with for now. I say a lot, so I apologize. We'll pull out the famous pink cup here. Vicky, Pike County, kind of in that same boat there. Southwest Arkansas. Our tier of counties down here from Pike County, Hempstead County, Columbia, Miller, Lafayette, Little River, and Sevier, kind of in that quadrant of our state does have some potential for this. But I think the greatest concern is in our bottom three rows of counties. Columbia County, Miller, and Lafayette. So Texarkana, Magnolia, Stamps, kind of that part of Arkansas. The hope, what would be great, I don't know if it'll happen, is that this continues east-southeast, and we kind of get lucky in the northern, the worst of it just kind of shifts here along the Louisiana border, and we really just miss in general. That would be fantastic. But Jenna's asking about tornadoes in Miller County. I can't rule it out, Jenna. I think these are just really noisy storms. Strong winds possible, maybe some hail. The tornado risk is not zero, but it's fairly low. So, Betty, are these storms the strong wind ones? Yeah, there is potential for strong winds with this. Jennifer says that she saw a channel saying there's not much of a chance of anything happening in Central. Yeah, I mean, the way things are going, it looks like the worst of it's way southwest of Central and southwest Arkansas. You know, maybe in Central Arkansas overnight we might have some development of rain, maybe some thunder, but the severe weather risk looks very low in Central Arkansas tonight. Cody says, Zachary Hall, Arkansas Storm Tracker for president. I think I'm good on that, brother. I'll just be a weather guy for the rest of my life. Monica, I don't think that we'll have a whole lot of issue with severe weather in northwest Arkansas, knock on wood, but I can't rule out some thunderstorms, but it doesn't look like the severe weather risk is very high. Chelsea says, is any of this going to hit northeast Arkansas? Chelsea, this is the other side of the state. So I think northeast Arkansas is safe from significant severe weather tonight. Can't rule out some rain and thunderstorms late tonight and into Monday morning. But I know I'm getting a lot of questions from my Crawford County and Van Buren people, probably after what happened recently. Folks, Fort Smith, Van Buren, western sections of the River Valley, I can't rule out rain and thunderstorms tonight. We have some storms in eastern Oklahoma that I'm kind of watching. But folks, Van Buren, Fort Smith people, Greenwood, that part of our state, kind of this area right here, is a little bit removed from the worst of it tonight. And this is moving away from you to the east-southeast. So west central Arkansas, Van Buren, Fort Smith, whatnot, and northwest Arkansas too. Folks, this is the worst of it. It's well to your south. So I think we're going to be okay tonight. I can't rule out rain and storms for pretty much the entire state. But I do think that the biggest concern is in southwest Arkansas. Felicia, it's possible. It might be just to your south. Same Lashiro, which is in Nevada County. She's asking about Nevada County. Kind of the same boat. We'll be watching there in southwest Arkansas for this activity moving out of Texas. You can see, I feel like this hasn't moved any since we started talking, but I promise it's moving a little bit. This is all moving to the east, southeast with time. So it's going to be in our southwest Arkansas counties within the hour or two at the latest. I mean, within the hour I think is more reasonable. Lori, I just kind of answered that, but it's going to be here pretty soon. Nevada County, kind of the same thing. Miller and Lafayette County, I just checked before I came on, unless they've reissued it since. Miller and Lafayette County are the only counties in Arkansas with a severe thunderstorm watch at this time. Sarah, I think Montgomery County is going to be all right. That's pretty far north from where we're watching tonight. Lorain, you're in DeQueen. Rain and storms are possible, but it might be, the worst of it might be just to your south. You can kind of see that northern edge there near Idabel, Oklahoma, Hugo. It's going to be close. As we went on today, it seems like the data has trended south with each run. Where early this morning, this was all the way up near Mena, close to Fort Smith. So we'll take it. We need a break. We need a bust is what we need. I'd be tickled to death. Sherry, I do think that some storms are possible tonight in Union County, yes. Chastity, same thing with Ashley County. I think the risk might be a little bit lower for severe weather. I think these storms should go through a weakening trend with time. So, yeah. Stormy, I'm going to be honest, I haven't been keeping up with the reports in Oklahoma and Texas. I've been so busy. I know we've had a lot of huge hail out in Texas and Oklahoma. Some of the hail that I saw was massive. But I think we had a couple of tornadoes in Texas as well, but I haven't kept up a whole lot. Yeah, Ashley, there's some storms up in North Arkansas. I'm not trying to ignore anybody in North Arkansas, but these storms just aren't severe right now. They're just thunderstorms near Mountain Home, Baxter County, moving off to the east towards Horseshoe Bend, Calico Rock, and Salem, Grand Hardin country. He's been captured. So it does look like somebody said something about a storm near Mulberry. Now I feel kind of bad because it does look like there's some activity that's formed there east of Mulberry. Maybe somebody saw some thunder or some lightning off of that, but nothing of significant note like we're dealing with here in northeast Texas near southwest Arkansas. Denise, I can't rule it out, but it looks like the severe weather concern is pretty low in that area. Joey, I think Boone County, that's on the complete opposite side of the state. So I think tonight, really, the focus is down here in southwest Arkansas. I can't rule out rain and storms up there, but for now, it seems like a pretty low probability for severe weather across a large part of the state, which is fantastic. Yeah. No, there was some huge hail in Texas and Oklahoma today. Maybe it might have just been Texas. I don't know about Oklahoma, but there was some pretty big hail out there. Rebecca, once we get through the midnight 1 a.m. hours, I think most of this will be beyond you. You should be able to get some sleep tonight. I hope you guys are able to get some sleep anyhow. I'll be up watching this for the next few hours. I like the trend so far. I'm not saying that these storms won't be noisy or a mess when they move in. I'm kind of repeating myself, but the worst of this is kind of right here. I mean, folks, this keeps on the same path. There's a chance that we kind of might dodge a lot of issue. Miller County and Lafayette County extreme southwest Arkansas gets clipped and that's it. That would be, talk about winning. Jess, I don't think Fort Smith and Lavaca is going to get a whole lot of anything of note tonight. Junction City, Jeff, I can't rule out rain or storms tonight with this complex to your west, brother. I think the severe weather risk isn't real high, but we'll watch it. Betty, it just kind of varies on the wind speeds. It seems like most of them, obviously severe criteria, winds over 58 miles an hour. With a lot of these storms, I think if anything is able to organize, it could easily produce winds over 50 to 60 miles an hour. So something to watch. Me too, Shelly. Angela's in Little Rock. Yeah, I can't rule out rain or storms in Little Rock tonight and into Monday morning, but the severe weather risk is very low there in Little Rock. It looks like it's well southwest of you, Texas and southwest Arkansas. So I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to sleep like an absolute king tomorrow night. No severe weather risk tomorrow night, I don't think. I cannot wait. Tasha, yeah, I think storms are going to stay. I can't rule out random storms in Mountain Berg tonight, but as far as if you're asking about severe weather, well south of Mountain Berg tonight. So, what's up, Jeremy? Raven, unfortunately, we might have rain and storms lingering into the morning hours before we clear out. I think we'll clear out pretty quick on Monday and should have some sunshine tomorrow afternoon, I hope. That's the hope here, is that we clear out on Monday with a break with no severe weather concerns tomorrow night or Tuesday. That would be fantastic. I was looking earlier. It looked like we might have some lingering activity tomorrow on Monday. I can show you guys. I can look at the data with you guys real quick if you guys want to see it. Just give me 1 second. So this clears the big nasty stuff. We have some lingering activity on Monday morning. This is at 6 a.m. We have some activity here in eastern, southeast, maybe northeast Arkansas before it starts to clear out. This is 11 a.m., noon, 1 o'clock. And Monday, 1 o'clock, it looks mighty fine to me. This is a high-resolution data set, so usually pretty reliable. And it shows cloud cover, eastern Arkansas still dealing with some clouds, maybe some patchy clouds in western Arkansas. But for the most part, by 2 p.m. on Monday, this has most of the state cloud-free. Maybe some patchy clouds here and there, but clearing out nicely, kind of like we did today for this afternoon. Have plenty of sun, so We'll see. I like that. I like the odds of some sun tomorrow. So I'm going to do one more kind of regional update to give everybody some clarity on what's going on. Then I'm going to probably get off, guys. Looking at the entire state, from a broad view, we can go out of the Little Rock radar. We have some thunderstorm activity in northern Arkansas. This is moving to the east-southeast. So if you hear thunder, see some lightning tonight, that's what that's what we got going on up there. That's not severe thunderstorms right now. It's just general storms. Looks like we have some development attempting to work off here. Now we've got some additional storms here in eastern Oklahoma. This is continuing off to the east-southeast as well. The concern tonight for widespread severe weather is most certainly this giant nasty complex in northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma. And this is moving to the southeast. So if you don't live in southwest Arkansas, southwest of Little Rock, south of Little Rock, your severe weather risk tonight is fairly low. Very low for some. I cannot rule out rain or storms for you, but it seems like given the latest trends that some of us might stay dry tonight. Whereas earlier today, I thought we were going to have widespread rain and storms all over the place. So that's a new development over the last 4 or 5 hours. Switching to the Shreveport radar, this is the storm complex of concern, and it's a nasty one, folks. But things have kind of trended in the right. I mean, there's the kind of the cutoff where the worst of this is. And, no disrespect to my Miller County people or Lafayette County people, but outside of Miller and Lafayette County, I feel like the odds of this, I think this might kind of skirt us through here and leave a large part of South Arkansas without a whole lot of problems. Obviously, if we have some redevelopment on the north side, that can change that. I'm now casting right now. I'm not really forecasting, but we'll see what happens. Miller and Lafayette County are under a severe thunderstorm watch. They're the only 2 counties in the state of Arkansas with a severe thunderstorm watch as of June 8th at 11:05 p.m. No tornado watches. The concern tonight with these storms that we're talking about is strong winds, maybe some hail, and a bunch of rainfall, heavy downpour rainfall. So that's where we're at right now, guys. Hopefully that provided some clarity for you. If you don't live in southwest Arkansas, go to sleep. If you live in southwest Arkansas, you can go to sleep too. Just have a way to wake yourself up. If storms, redevelop some and we get some warnings and you want to stay up to date. I will be close to the office tonight. I'm going to be up through the next few hours monitoring radar. And if it looks like we're going to be free and clear, I'll probably hit the bed and get some sleep. I'm pretty tired. I haven't slept a whole lot the last 3 or 4 days. So, yeah, I mean, if we have anything, if we have any like destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, wind speeds over 70, 80 miles an hour or significant hail, I'll hop back on. If I'm not live, the odds of storms being too bad are pretty low. I want you guys to know that. And obviously, if we have tornado warnings, I'm generally always live for every tornado warning if possible, which I usually am. So, big thank you to Air Masters of Arkansas there in Central Arkansas for sponsoring my live update tonight. Summer's coming, guys. If you guys have HVAC issues, if you live close to Little Rock, Bryant, Benton, Conway, Cabot, Air Masters does a great job with HVAC. They can get you tuned up and fixed up. They're good people. So I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go to try to relax for a little bit, keep an eye on radar, and I'll have posts on my Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff if things go a little bit haywire. And like I said earlier, if anything gets too out of control, I'll come back on the live.